Have you ever wondered about fasting? Maybe you've heard about it in church, or seen friends do it, and thought, what's that really all about? Is it just about not eating? Well, today we're going to dive deep into the world of biblical fasting. It's a practice that's been around for thousands of years, and it's so much more than just skipping a meal. It's a powerful spiritual discipline that can transform your relationship with God. So grab a notebook, get comfortable, and let's explore the different systems of fasting found right in the pages of the Bible. First things first. What is the core purpose of biblical fasting? It's not a hunger strike to get God to do what you want. It's not a diet plan or a way to earn spiritual brownie points. At its heart, fasting is about intentionally setting aside the physical to focus on the spiritual. It's about humbling yourself, quieting the noise of the world, and creating space to hear God's voice more clearly. When you deny your body something it craves, like food, your spirit becomes more attentive, more sensitive to the things of God. It's a way of saying, God, you are more important to me than my daily bread. I desire you more than I desire food. This act of surrender opens the door for deeper intimacy, repentance, and spiritual breakthrough. Now, let us talk about the most common type of fast you'll see in the Bible, the absolute fast. This is the most intense form, where a person abstains from both food and water. Now, this is super important. This is not something to be taken lightly. Medically, a person can't survive long without water. Every instance of an absolute fast in the Bible was supernaturally ordained and for a very short period. For example, after his encounter on Mount Sinai, Moses fasted from food and water for 40 days and 40 nights. Esther also called for a 3-day absolute fast for all the Jews in Susa when their lives were threatened. These were desperate times calling for desperate measures, and God sustained them. So, while it's in the Bible, this type of fast is extremely rare and should only be undertaken with extreme caution and clear divine guidance. Moving on, we have the normal fast, or what some call a water-only fast. This is probably what most people think of when they hear the word fasting. It involves abstaining from all food but still drinking water. This is the type of fast Jesus undertook in the wilderness for 40 days. Luke chapter 4 tells us that after being baptized, Jesus was led by the Spirit into the wilderness, where for 40 days he was tempted by the devil and ate nothing. It was during this intense period of fasting and prayer that he overcame temptation and was empowered for his public ministry. This shows us that fasting can be a powerful tool for preparing for what God has called you to do and for gaining victory over spiritual battles in your own life. Next up is a really interesting one, the partial fast. This is also widely known as the Daniel fast, inspired by the prophet Daniel. In Daniel chapter 10, he says, I, Daniel, was mourning for 3 weeks. I ate no choice food. No meat or wine touched my lips, and I used no lotions at all until the 3 weeks were over. So, he wasn't giving up all food, but he was abstaining from specific things, rich foods, delicacies, things that brought him pleasure. This is a fantastic option for people who may have health conditions that prevent a water-only fast, or for those who are new to the discipline of fasting. You could give up things like sugar, caffeine, social media, or television. The key principle is the same. You're sacrificing something you enjoy to focus more on God. It's about the heart behind the sacrifice. What can you set aside to create more room for prayer and time in His Word? Let's also look at fasting in the New Testament. The early church practiced fasting regularly. In the book of Acts chapter 13, we see the leaders of the church in Antioch fasting and praying before they sent out Paul and Barnabas on their first missionary journey. The verse says, so after they had fasted and prayed, they placed their hands on them and sent them off. Fasting wasn't just a personal practice, it was a corporate one. They did it together when seeking God's guidance for major decisions. This tells us there is immense power when believers come together to fast and pray. It aligns their hearts and helps them discern the will of the Spirit for their community. Maybe that is something to consider for your own church or small group when facing a big decision or a specific need. So, how do you actually do it? How do you prepare for a fast? First, and most importantly, pray about it. Ask God what kind of fast He is calling you to and for how long. Your motive is key. Are you doing it to draw closer to Him or for some other reason? Check your heart. Second, plan ahead. If you're doing a food fast, it's wise to eat smaller meals a couple of days beforehand to prepare your body. Don't just jump into a 3-day fast after a giant pizza feast and decide what you'll do with the time you normally spend eating. Don't just replace mealtime with mindless scrolling. Replace it with intentional prayer, worship, or reading the Bible. That's where the real transformation happens. This dedicated time is the whole point. During the fast, you might feel physically weak or get headaches, especially in the first few days. That's normal. Use those physical hunger pangs as a reminder to pray. Every time your stomach growls, let it be a signal to turn your thoughts toward God. Say a short prayer. Lord, I'm hungry, but I'm more hungry for you. Stay hydrated if you're on a water-only or partial fast. And most importantly, spend that quality time with God. Read a gospel. Journal your prayers. Listen to worship music. Immerse yourself in His presence. And what about ending a fast? This is just as important as starting one. Don't break a multi-day fast with a huge heavy meal. Your digestive system has been resting, and you need to reintroduce food slowly and gently. Start with something light, like broth, diluted fruit juice, or a small piece of fruit. Gradually reintroduce more solid foods over the next day or two. Be as intentional about ending your fast as you were about beginning it, and take some time to reflect. What did God teach you during this time? What did you learn? Write it down so you don't forget the spiritual lessons God revealed to you. Remember, fasting is not a magic formula. It is a spiritual discipline that positions your heart to receive more from God. It's about connection, not transaction. It's about relationship, not ritual. Jesus warned the Pharisees about fasting just to be seen by others. He said in Matthew 6, "When you fast, do not look somber as the hypocrites do, for they disfigure their faces to show others they are fasting. But when you fast, put oil on your head and wash your face, so that it will not be obvious to others that you are fasting, but only to your Father who is unseen." Our fasting should be a secret, intimate act between us and God. So, whether it's a normal fast like Jesus, a partial fast like Daniel, or a corporate fast like the early church, this ancient practice is a powerful invitation to go deeper in your faith. It's as an opportunity to break free from the things that hold you back and to experience a new level of intimacy with your Creator. If you've never tried it, maybe start small. Try a partial fast for one day. The goal is progress, not perfection. It's all about the heart. Thank you so much for joining me today to explore the beautiful and powerful discipline of biblical fasting. I hope this has encouraged you and given you a clearer picture of what it's all about. If you found this helpful, please give this video a like and subscribe for more content to help you grow in your faith journey. Drop a comment below and share your own experiences with fasting or any questions you might have. I'd love to hear from you. God bless, and I'll see you in the next video.